Hello everyone, Alton with Ultimate RC, and this is Mini Rock Rumble, a small-scale crawling competition. Welcome back, folks. We are here to talk about the second Mini Rock Rumble that we're going to have going on. Our first one was about 2 weeks ago, so we're right at about the halfway point between our first two competitions for this. This time, we're going to officially formalize the 18th and 24th scale into the contest. Our first one was more focused on the 30th scale crawlers, which you see here in front of me, but now we're going to officially bring in the 18th and the 24th scale with the same treatment that our 30th scale got, except we are going big for our 18th and 24th scales. What you're looking at right now on this table I'm sitting at is 3 6-foot folding tables butted up against each other for a total space of 72 inches by 90 inches, where we're going to have a Crawlagon XL course set up. Now, to tell you a little bit about what that all means, the XL tiles are about the size, a little bit smaller, than a full build plate on a Bambu Labs 256 by 256 millimeter print bed. To put this in perspective, here are the two Glynn arches from both the standard tile and the XL. In front, we have the standard tile size, and of course, right behind it is the XL. You can see that there is a significant height difference. There's a significant width difference if we put them where their starting point is about the same. To give another idea of the size, we are usually able to print 2 tiles per print bed with the standard tiles, but with the XL, we can only print 1 tile at a time on a print bed. So it takes a lot more time to print these tiles and these settings versus this right here. The total size of the course is going to be about 125 of these XL tiles. I personally have been 3D printing pretty much since the last competition to try to get ready for this. Now, last time I did have Brad Faubert helping me out with printing. We actually started this idea together. However, since then, he's decided to take more of a back seat and has not been able to help with planning and preparing for this next contest. So that's the main things that have changed from last time. The major things are going to be the 18th and 24th scale classes being formalized into the competition. There will be box stock and modified for both scales, as well as the XL course that we're working on building. Like I said, about 125 tiles that's going to cover this entire table section here, these 3 tables, and you will be looking at probably over 1,000 hours of printing for everything to be completed. So to talk a little bit more about that, I have to send a huge thanks, and I would ask that you please extend a huge thank you to a couple people here. One is Adam McGrew. He's out of Kellnersville. He runs a 3D print farm out of his private residence. He saw me post about this and getting ready for it, and he stepped up to help and offer help with printing. I supplied him with filament. He provided the printers and the time, and he is a big part of helping get this project done so we can have all the printing done in time by March 7th for the contest. So big shout out to Adam. Thank you so much, sir. And please give your thanks to him. He should be here at the contest as well. So when you see him, please tell him thank you. A huge thank you to Coex3D. They are a 3D printer filament company, and they also do 3D printing at their facility, but they're a 3D printing boutique here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. One of the higher end filaments that you can get out there. It's fantastic stuff. Everything you see printed on this table in the XL tiles was printed with Coex3D. So it's good stuff. It's been running great in my printers. The quality of the print and the finish of it looks fantastic. The colors look great. Just overall great and wonderful people to work with. If you need help with something, you reach out to them. They're happy to answer your questions. It's also sold right here at Fast and Fun Toy and Hobby. So if you want to pick yourself up a roll, they've got a whole section of it up on the wall. But I do want to give Coex3D a huge shout out because they are donating 21 tiles with their print time and filament to the course to help us get this completed and finished on time, and possibly more if they have the time and capacity to do so. So huge thank you to them. Thank you so much, guys. We appreciate you. Of course, we want to also give a huge thank you here to Fast and Fun Toy and Hobby for hosting this and for Andy helping to promote and get the word out so people can come and enjoy. So big thank you to Fast and Fun. We're going to talk a little bit about the rules. The rules for crawling, for actually making your run on the course, are all going to be the same. Once again, it's the lowest score wins, much like golf. Things that add to your score, that give you a higher score, will be touching gates, rolling over, needing a hand of judge, or the floor is lava. We're going to carry that rule over. People really thought that was fun and entertaining, and we're going to do that again since it was such a big hit at the last contest. We're also going to increase the points threshold for completing your run. For this 18th, 24th scale, especially this one, there's going to be probably a good amount of gates. So we're going to increase that point threshold. Last time on the SCX 30 course, we had 90 points as the threshold. I'm not exactly sure what we're going to do for the threshold for this one. We don't have the full course printed yet, but we're hoping to have it finished up by the end of this week so that we can come in this next weekend, set everything up, run test lines, get our gates figured out, and be ready to go for the competition a week from this coming Saturday. For the rules on the vehicles, so this is where a lot of people have the most questions for things. What's going to be allowed to be run? For the SCX 30 classes, we're going to keep everything the same. We're going to have the box stock class, where you must run a vehicle that is not permanently modified, that is a complete build. So that means you can take things off like scale accessories like the roof rack, the shovel, pickaxe, whatever else they got in their water cans. So all that stuff, you can take that off, for example, on your Jeep, but then you do have to put on the gap fill panels that make the Jeep look complete. For modifieds, we're saying mostly anything goes. The big no-nos are gonna be dig, four-wheel steer, and tires that I believe are over 45 or 46 millimeters, whatever it says on the official rules page, on the events page on Facebook. So we'll look at the details on the events page on Facebook for all the official rules. For the 18th and 24th scales, we're going to do things pretty similar for the rules. 18th scale and 24th scale, there will be a box stock class. However, there's going to be more options because for the 24th scale, we're not going to really limit which box stock you drive. The only exception will be the AX24. That one will not be permitted to enter into a box stock class. And we're also going to exclude it from the modified class for the SCX24. The 24th scale will be SCX24 only. So come with your SCX24s unmodified for that box stock class if you wish to enter them there. For modified SCX24th scale, again, pretty much going to be anything goes. Same rules as the 30th scale, just no four-wheel steer, no dig. We will be looking at what the appropriate tire size will be for those. However, for the 24th scales, we will say no wheels, those would be the rims, larger than 1 inch on the 24th scale. That brings us now to the 18th scale. For the 18th scale, again, box stock is going to be box stock. You can run TRX4Ms, HPI Venture 18s, or Red Cat Ascent 18s, except for the Apex. That one will not be allowed in a box stock class because that's pretty much like a very modified truck out of the box. So I know it's box stock and very capable, but it's so far above a standard 18th scale that I think we can all understand why. When we now talk about the modified class, we will be allowing something like a Red Cat Ascent 18 Apex. We will allow other modified TRX4Ms. In fact, I'll bring mine over here so we can take a look at it. So for TRX4 18 scale, again, Red Cat Ascent 18s and HPI Venture 18s. Modifications will be pretty much sky's the limit, minus dig, rear steer, and of course tire sizes over a certain millimeters, but that is yet to be determined. We will allow up to 1.3 inch size rims, wheels on your wheels and tires, okay? So you will be able to use the bigger rims, the 1.3s on the 18th scale, but not on the 24th scale. For this next competition, we are gonna charge an entry fee of $10 per driver per class. If you're 17 or under, it's only $5, but there's still a way that you can come and play for free. I need help, I need volunteers, both for setting up the day before or the evening before, and for judging the competition. We're probably gonna need at least 6 judges for this competition to cover this properly. So If you volunteer to be a judge, you will get a free entry for one of your vehicles. If you come and help with setup the day or evening before, you will get a free entry for one of your vehicles. So if you do both things, you will get 2 free entries. Pretty cool, right? So we like to help those that help us. We thank you, of course, in advance if you choose to do that. The sign-up form is already posted on the Facebook event page, ready to go. In there will be an opportunity where you can tell me if you are willing to help set up the day before or be a judge. And we have expanded the form to include all the different classes for the 18th and 24th scales. Once again, thank you so much for checking this out. Thank you for loving Mini Rock Rumble. We can't wait to see you there for this next competition. We are very excited to see how this is already building and growing from even just one. The turnout for the first one was fantastic. I'm hoping that we see as many or more for this one, especially now that we're gonna actually have all the 18th and 24th scale love for this one as well. So thank you so much. We'll see you next time, and make sure you subscribe here for updates.